Hey, Smitty here. Habitual Hot Rods and Hobbies. How's everybody doing? Fine Sunday afternoon. Um, Ordered some parts up for Evil Pumpkin over there. Um, might also get a starter. Still kind of debating. Might try the shims first, but I don't know if I want to wait really to. We'll see. All right. In the meantime, I guess we got this here going on. Uh, Better go get you a light, but I got like a little problem here with the top banana. Uh, the problem I have is this old pickup has the way the carpet is mounted, it's got access panels inside the floor here. See how far we can get you in without it being too goofy here. I'll have to lower you down some, get you down to that level. But as you can see, like it's kind of bunched up around up in here. And that's because right in here there's that's where my master booster is. So to get to that, you have to take this carpeting out of here. And it kind of runs all the way up, here to the firewall. And I've got some tape and spots. But I think what I want to do is kind of cut it here and keep all this permanently mounted. And it's got a couple of kind of a custom uh, console that's in there. So leave all that, but trim around up here and then get me some carpet that'll just kind of lay up in there. So I don't have to take it on and off and on and off and, kind of deal with this stuff around the pedals. I can leave that stuff kind of sitting there probably to about here. And then I'll make like a square piece that I can pull out and push down in there. And the other side's the same way. So, yeah, I think we might do that today. I'm waiting on the store to kind of open up so I can get some more razor blades, but I think we'll do kind of something like on the lines of that today. They're sitting around the house not doing anything, right? But yeah, no, we'll kick out our intro, get some parts and pieces together, and we'll have a fun day of getting the top banana kind of sorted out. I also need to do, if we have time, if things go really fast kind of on this, I'd like to put a different fuel regulator in it. I kind of got one of those little Mr. Gasket turn the dial things, and although they're simple and I kind of like them, it's a really kind of a neat idea. I've got some fuel fittings and stuff, and then an actual Holley fuel pressure regulator and another fuel pressure regulator gauge that I can put in there. Because I'd kind of like to see what it's doing, and I think that one's kind of restrictive a little bit, so it's a part of the puzzle the guy kind of needs to do. The Blazer seems to run really good without one. I don't think its pump's bad, but almost anything I run with electrical pumps or anything, I usually put one on. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll throw the intro up, and we'll get to cutting this one out of here. Whoa, strobe light. I don't suppose this thing would fit anywhere. Come on, magnet. There we go. Well, first order of business here, I guess, is to get rid of this old stuff, which shouldn't take all that long. It's just kind of held up in here. Like I said, I put some tape, different things to try to, maybe we'll clean this up as best we can. I've lost my access panel for that, so it might get kind of like duct taped, because I went on LMC and some other stuff, and I haven't been able to really find it, to be honest with you. So yeah, if anybody knows where I can get one of those, feel free to leave it in the comments. I know where I can get one for the battery box on the other side, but see, what I think about doing is kind of putting, maybe I could go up to like here, and let me put you up here on the, I was going to show you another thing we kind of did as we were putting in our there's really nothing to hold. If you put that power steering box on, there's really nothing to hold this end of the floor, because it was kind of made to go down and be held in by the power steering box on the old ones. So I actually welded on some of these little straps and put them across. And there's actually, inside of this tube, I had a local machinist machine me a bearing that goes in down here, so this doesn't have slop from the inside, you know, that kind of square shaft that's in there, to this outside tube. But yeah, that was about the only modification really that we made to the steering column. Other than that, it's a factory. And I think, I don't know if it's Flaming River or something, they kind of make, I think, a thing that goes over this that bolts in. And these are the plates that you would have to take out all of this to get that power steering pump and everything back in. But yeah, well, I got that out. I might as well, I gotta show you that. And well, I'm gonna probably put you guys off and get a game plan for how I want to put this in here. I'm still kind of in the ciphering mode, so yeah, I'll get you with you guys here in a moment. All right, well, I guess you can see from over this side, maybe I can do a little install on this end. Got the other part out of there, and it had some kind of nasty insulation stuff in it. And I don't know, I'm thinking about using this alien tape. It's kind of what I've had holding it up there before. And it seems to have worked pretty well. This piece here in the middle, I think I'm just going to kind of tape that stuff. It's kind of held in over here. So yeah, maybe I'll show you how this stuff works. I mean, this is some sticky shit here. You do is you kind of take off a piece. Oh, what did I do with my blade now? There it is. And they got this stuff at like Ace or any of them places as well. But yeah, you just kind of get yourself a piece by any means necessary. This stuff is sticky. It has a little bit of a hard time with this stuff because it's got so much of this crap on there. And then but there's a way that you tear the top piece off so it gets more. It's like a double-sided stickiness. Yeah, see, you pull this off, and now both sides will be sticky. So now, like, you can pull this up, lay that in. You can keep your finger. I mean, it's hard to push in because you can't let go. There we go. And then seal. Like I said, it doesn't do real well on this because it gets that hair on there. But in a lot of other places, it's not too awful shabby, really. I mean, boy, that's really in there. Come here, you little. Ooh, almost stabbed myself. What's the odds on me bleeding before this is over? I suppose, huh? Yes, I could take that out. I don't know if it's really keeping up there, but and I'll probably go just below that. But yeah, as you can see, like I was saying, these are kind of my panels that I need to have in here so that I can maybe do that and do that. It kind of locks it. Yeah. I usually just leave it in indent position, so it's. Or if I do turn it, I turn it and. Yeah, you can't really. Kind of a nifty little idea, though, I guess. I'm gonna go get the shop vac and give this a quick once and over, but over here I think I could lay some of that tape along. I might just kind of do a cover just for this, but it's gonna be kind of hard with having that thing there, so I don't know. Like I said, I thought about this for a while. It needed to be done. This side here, I'm thinking 2 pieces maybe. Just bring one piece over the top of it and down, and then have it to where it'll just kind of lift off over here. So it'll be like one piece, cut it off about there, one piece, pick it up out. But it won't be connected to everything like the other one was. Alright, let me go get the shop vac. Alright, well, I think a little progress has been made, but I think you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to use to hold everything down yet. I need something to kind of smush it all down, but see, this way I can come up, leave this kind of loose, and then tape my panel out. Then I'll have my floor thing here. And I can come back in, bring my floor panel up, get it in position, and tighten it back down. You know, and then that'll just stay in there pretty much all the time. That thing is, it's going to be kind of, you know, up against this panel all the time. And I guess I should, seems like I've got some stuff kind of bound up in my deal here, which I don't think that's real good. I don't know why it's binding up like that. There we go. Slide down, flip it, and drop it. I really like how this overlays, but there again, it's kind of a necessity of being able to take these floorboards out if I want to. But yeah, it's kind of what we're getting at anyway. Something kind of like that. Yeah, I don't really know on my, you know, if it didn't have this console and stuff, a guy could just put a whole carpet kit in it. But with the console, the shifter, and all that stuff, it's just got to be kind of, like I said, if you make it all one piece, you've got to undo this, bring it all the way back over, fold it over from these outside panels to get to your battery. Which you get to the battery quite a bit, it seems like. Especially on something that sits for long periods of time that you need to have, you know, battery maintenance done on. So, yeah, that's kind of what I got going on so far. So look the best now, but a nice floor mat, you know, will cover up a lot of that. I think I might go ahead and at a later date maybe do a little something further up top. But yeah, floor mats will hide a lot of that. So yeah, getting there. I don't know. This side here may present some different challenges because I can do, you know, the whole floor. And what I think I might do is just get me a good sharp blade and then cut this out and then run it up as far as, you know, the firewall. And then the firewall is going to be kind of a pain in the butt because I got a dimmer switch, uh, foot pedals, you know, the steering column, stuff like that. So that's not going to be the best, but I think this bottom piece will be pretty easy to do. So I guess I'll get some measurements and we'll start seeing if we can get this in done. I'm going to show you guys this here real quick. I think I found a paint at the store that matches this pretty well. This had a few chips that were in there all the way across, and as you can tell, that looks pretty good. It's good. It's kind of the underhood of it that kind of scratches in a few places, but like I might be able to get a little bit of this. And there's a bunch of these, just kind of where the hood rubs. So yeah, I'm gonna get them all cleaned up, but I'm just kind of happy I found a paint match. Yeah, that'll be pretty nice. This is kind of what the floor is gonna look like. I'm just gonna stick some floor mats in over the top of the carpet. I might do a little bit more up at the top. Definitely got enough remnants to do that, but yeah, I think that would kind of pass. I'm just, man, it was just getting kind of nutty with the, getting in and having everything sliding around. So this way I'll have that access panel. I can just take it off and get her done. But that's just a little bit of a hole. Yeah, I don't know. Clean that. Guess I should have done a before picture, but yeah, I really cleaned that up nice. Made it look good. So like I said, I'm just happy I found something. I think that's kind of cheap and reasonable at the store over there. I guess what we gotta do now, I went and bought some glue, some other stuff. I was gonna try some self-tappers, but that didn't really seem to work, and I didn't want to wind the carpet all up, inside of it, so. But yeah, it's another fun day of kind of playing with the hot rods here today. But yeah, I'll get on this other side and then I'll give you guys kind of an update when it's done here. Yeah, see that little thing on the head there? You just gotta kind of apply a little bit and then wait for it to tack up a little bit. Boom, shiny. I'll kind of show you on this little spot here too. We'll make it disappear. Can't find a clean cup in here to save my soul, so just ran a little bit on the plastic here. Kind of hopes to dry out. That put you down there, man. Yeah, and I just get a little bit on the paintbrush. Slather it a little bit on there. Boom. Gone. I think the secret's not to put too much on right away. Yeah, it's making the hood panels look good. There's about 4 or 5 of those kind of on the other one, but yeah, I like it. Kind of a hot rod show truck. I don't want to have chunks of paint missing. Now, am I confident enough to, probably tackle a side of the fender or something? I don't know. This isn't that kind of touch up. This is for under hood cracks along the sides and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I'm just glad I found something that's cheap, affordable, that I can use for touch up. So that's cool. All right, we're just gonna grab some measurements, get some pieces cut for in here. Ooh, got the first piece cut. Looks like we're making another little bit of measuring. See how some stuff's going there. Check fit. And we're ooh, God, I better put that way. I don't want it cutting up my seat. Now what I think I'll do is build over that with a little, just some duct tape so the carpet can't fall through. And boom. I'll have to cut a hole when I want to fill the brake fluid up, but brake fluid doesn't happen as much as the battery. All right. In order to do that, I'm going to have to pull this back. Sorry about that, but and then, like I said, I think I'll just kind of tape over this. What the hell did I do with it now? All right. And then that should give it. You know, to make sure that the thing won't fall through, I can just pull that little cap out when I want. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? It's a little ghetto, but it serves its purpose for what I'm doing. You know, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. That'll keep road noise and things of that nature out. Huh? What's wrong with that? Quit laughing. That's ingenious. You know it. Let's come up, do this, cut my hole out, fill up my stuff, retape it. Kaboom. Huh? Alright, I forgot my other measurements. What were we? 15. Yeah, this probably ain't how Chip Foose would do it, but it's the way I'm doing. Oh, yeah, it should be plenty. All right, I'm coming to get you for the big reveal. Nope, my door's open and my thing's on. Woo! Excuse me. Means my battery will be down. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, oh god. I mean, it gives a little bit of a different light being from top to bottom, but yeah, give it a little quick vacuum, I think, and you know, that'll be a done deal. Awesome. Yeah, here's kind of the final reveal, I guess. Uh, Everything's looking pretty good. These are just some floor mats I had kind of sitting around. I threw in there. I might get something a little different, but yeah, everything's just a little crisper, a little nicer. Um, the main thing is that now I've got a way to get into my stuff beneath the floor. So I've kind of got panels of carpet that, some are going to be permanent. Like up here in the firewall, that's all pretty much permanent. That's glued down. I got this kind of cut out. Yeah, everything just kind of lines up nice. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. It'll work for a daily driver, you know. Oh, the red light's on. Stay off of there. Well, you have to charge the battery. Better see if it's still got some juice left. Boy, hot rods. You gotta love them, huh? Well, when I was putting the carpet in, it seems I intermittently knocked the oops, sorry about that. I went to fire it up. My main switch here didn't have no juice, so started taking the lines off and looking around. And lo and behold, while I was putting that up there, it looks like I knocked one of my main wires off. So I'm gonna have to fix that real quick, and then I'll be back with you. It's just kind of one of them deals. It seems like sometimes the harder you try to turn the key off so I ain't got power there. scary, that's it. Keeping my truck running. Let's see what they have. I wonder if they vibrate loose. It's kind of like an old Harley. And then you drive them a little bit. Pretty soon all your fuses and stuff are about ready to fall out. First time I drove the drag car. I don't know how good you can see me here. I'll tell a little story. Man, this video is gonna be all messed up. I haven't had the camera on half the time. Alright, doesn't like it that way. Alright, story time. Anyway. My drag car that I have, it's got great big fuses. They're about this long. Kind of about the size of a, I don't know, 410 or maybe a 45 long Colt bullet, maybe, or something. I took it to the first drag race. First time I had a trans brake. I loaded her up on the trans brake, let go of the button. Boom, we're gone, you know. Ran about a 730, 100 mile an hour in the 8th mile. Bring it back to the trailer, shut it off. Everybody's high-fiving, man. We're having a great time. Call us up for next round. Get in the car. Nothing. Can't start it. A lot of my gauges and stuff would work. My, electrical fan would work. My fuel pump would work. Starter wouldn't work a bit. Get her up on the jack stand. Start taking the starter apart. What's going on? Get in. I'm trying to start the car. I kind of glance over at the fuse panel, and that whole fuse had flew out of the fuse panel. It had launched it so hard that the fuse just flew out. I found it laying down on the floorboard, kind of underneath some stuff there by my seat. Get her up, stick her in there, get underneath, tighten the wires back up to start her. Boom, she's gone. Made her back through, but I had to go back through and pinch all the little fuse holders down because the G-forces, they'd go in pretty easy, like, and they'd just fly out. Couldn't keep them in there. But, yeah, I mean, there's always something that seems like it needs attention. Oh my god. You stupid little bastard. Gonna have to do her left-handed. Just ain't no other way around it. I'm not good at as a lefty. I'd rather much be holding the wire with my left hand and screwing this thing in with my right hand. Are we getting tight? I think we're getting tight. Oh. All right. I think I've had just about enough of this. You want to play games? We'll play games. Looking around, I seen that wire was hanging down in my face, so I was trying to put the carpet in. So I was like, what are you doing there? And I just tucked it way up out of the way. What's that dumb wire just doing? Sitting around down here. Well, that, my sir, is your fuel pump wire. I actually have it hooked up to a oh, what do they call those things? A relay. So it gets 12-volt power. But this is the part of it that triggers it to come on with my ignition. Because if I shut my ignition off, I would kind of like the fuel pump shut off. Yeah, it works better now. It's got juice. I guess that's on to the next project then.
Fuel pressure regulator something. It's dripping on one of them fittings. That's this one. Just needs to be checked at the booth.
Oh no, I need the whole other deal. Oh, I was gonna do it today. It's already leaking as well. Remember how the hood over here had like those paint chips missing?
That's what?
Where it was all the paint and had like some bad scuff marks there? Look at there. Touched her all up, got rid of all of them. I think I found me a cheap paint that matches pretty good.
Yeah, shit. Where'd you
Jo-
go?
John Deere yellow.
Really?
Yep. Magic Town and Country. I stood there forever. They had a New Holland, a John Deere, and some other one. One was like a little creamier than the other one, and one was another. And I was like, you know, this one looks pretty goddamn close. So I bought it, and then I just took like the one that was furthest back that was small. I started on that one just to make sure it wasn't like really screwed up. And then I put a little bit on. I came back after it kind of dried, put a little bit more back on, just the paintbrush, just kind of.
Did you put some tape on it or anything?
No, it's only this underside here. You can feel it.
How did you keep it from getting up into here?
I used a paintbrush.
Oh, you used a paintbrush.
Yeah, I just kind of brushed it on there and then just kind of kept it
Yeah,
down.
you didn't spray it then.
Yeah, you can feel it. I mean, it feels like regular
Well, that
paint.
don't hurt.
But I mean, it's just the underside of this hood always hits on
It
everything.
ain't quite cured yet.
Yeah.
It's a little stinky, but hell yeah.
I was just happy I found some shit that matches. Like I said on my video, I was like, I don't know that I'd, take on a scratch in the middle of my door or nothing. But
Well, yeah, that wouldn't work.
no. You can tell down here. It
Yeah.
started a little bit. But yeah, I mean, from a little ways away, you can't tell that.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You think about it.
And it protects it. I mean, if you got bare metal there, it's just another spot for it where it can kind of rust or whatever. Yeah, I was thinking about saving it to another day, but looks like we're gonna be putting the fuel regulator on because this one's already screwed up anyway, so. Set that about there. Huh? Yeah. Well, that'll wrap it up. I'm out of here. We got some stuff done today, and top nan's looking better, so everything done's a little bit more gained. Later. All right, well, we did get the regulator put in. That's new hose ran out of my pump. Coming around backside there. And I put a new Eldebrock feed line kit on it. But yeah, phone died, so I kind of left you guys on there for a while. I didn't have it completely charged up, but yeah, everything's nice day on the top of hand today. Got some things done. Put me on a special dimmer. Just fun stuff. All right, this is Smitty with habitual hot rods and hobbies. We'll catch you on the next one.